Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kiana. On my channel, we talk about relationships. I share my thoughts and opinions about modern women. I also share my experience and help women to become a better version of themselves. Before I get into today's discussion, go ahead and hit that like button, the subscribe button, and the bell next to it so you can be notified when I upload new videos. I felt the need to come and discuss with you guys, and this is going to give a little bit more context on why I think the way that I do. So I took a 3-year break from making videos. In those 3 years, a lot has happened to me and in my relationship. From the things that I'm about to tell you, you guys are probably gonna be like, oh my God, you're so young. How did you go through all that? I am 25, and a lot of those decisions that I made affected me as a young woman, but it turned me into a better woman. So I used to be a modern woman, just like everybody else. I literally used to explain to my man every day what I needed. I thought the world revolved around me all the time. I used to be so selfish, and I used to think that the relationship was solely about me, how I felt, what I wanted. And when we used to have intimate conversations, I used to put my feelings above his. I did not take his into consideration at all. I made him feel invisible. Even though he was already an alpha male wanting to lead us in the right direction, I was combative. I wasn't taking the direction from him. I was resisting him, and I had masculine energy. I always acted as if I didn't need him. I was that independent young girl, don't need my man to help me with anything. Yeah, we were cool, so eventually we started going 50-50 on bills, but while he was putting in 50, I was putting in 25 and keeping the other 25 for myself. So I was thinking, just in case me and him don't work out, I got my little stuff over here. In a sense, I had 1 foot in and 1 foot out the door. I went into the relationship with a negative mindset. My man did everything right, everything right. He took care of responsibilities and he took care of me as his woman, but I was still acting as if I was not his woman. He provided a roof over our heads and made sure we had everything we needed plus more. I just simply did not appreciate it and really didn't know how. And for the longest, I treated him like an opponent. Like I said, modern women, and especially how I used to be, I was taught to be independent, not depend on a man, and save money or anything, have something on the side for a rainy day, just in case. So we've been together for about 10 years. We're still together. And at a point in time, I left, because I was so worried about what he wasn't doing in the relationship rather than appreciating him and taking into account what he was doing. I know. I was thinking of myself. I was thinking of how I felt. I wasn't thinking about his feelings, and I wasn't thinking about our children. I played victim, and I blamed him for everything we went through. Every mistake, every choice, I blamed him for making me feel a certain way and me acting off those feelings and making my decisions from that feeling. I made him think he was wrong for the way he was loving me. I was so caught up on wanting him to be on my accord and learn my love language that I didn't take the time to even learn him and his love language and how he really acts and thinks. So yeah, we have 2 children together. When I left, I literally split our family apart. I took our daughter and he kept our son. My daughter was just a few months old, and she not only wasn't able to be around her brother at that time, but she wasn't able to be around her dad in those first vital months. She would get to know her dad by hearing his voice, smelling his scent, being held in his arms every day and night. And then I started to get phone calls from my man talking about my son was acting out. He was being potty trained, so he was pooping everywhere, and it was just a catastrophe. He was crying every night. just because I was not home with him anymore. He missed me and his sister. And when I tell you, it broke my heart into pieces when I had finally realized the damage that I had caused to everybody, not just my son, not just my daughter, but to my man too. It damaged us all. I broke up my family in search of happiness, of my own happiness. Didn't realize that I was destroying their happiness so I could be selfish and think of my own. But being independent is not a good feeling, especially when you have children and their dad wants all of you together. I realized my happiness was not as important as my children and their dad, my man. I had an epiphany, and boy, did it slap me dead in the face. Like, seeing my family torn apart because of my feelings and worried about what my man wasn't doing and trying to seek happiness elsewhere without him. I realized the things that I was asking of him were the things that I was supposed to be bringing to the table. I was supposed to be the one being so emotional and bringing the romance and planning dates and being feminine, approaching him when things got tough. I was supposed to be the one that came to him when I was feeling things and have that communication. I was supposed to bring the softness, the vulnerability, all of that to the table. A woman is to allow her man to lead and submits to him willingly and follow in his direction. I wasn't doing that. Women base their decisions off of their feelings. It's all a momentary feeling. Some women may not realize that that momentary feeling could be causing them to make the biggest mistake of their lives and cost them what was most important to them. I'm a big advocate for normalizing two-parent homes. Having a mom and a dad benefits the upbringing of the children, especially when there's love in the household and the children can see it. It shows the children that there is structure. I began to understand my role as a woman. By experiencing that trauma in our relationship, it taught me how to do better. I went from being a modern woman with masculine energy. I couldn't have made an even better choice. Now that I'm in my feminine energy, we are so much better and so much happier. My life changed for the better when I stopped resisting, and that's that fight that women have all the time. I now understand our roles as a dynamic duo. He is the sole breadwinner. I make sure our household is good with upkeep, and I make sure the children are fed, bathe, and taught mainly. I also make sure I look and smell good, because what man does not want his woman to look and smell good when he walks through the door? It shows I appreciate him, and it makes him I want him to want me, and me looking and smelling good makes him want me. He senses the feminine energy. When he walks in, he sees the house is clean, he sees the kids are straight, I'm clean, not walking around with an attitude, So society has made women look at being feminine and a housewife as a negative notion. And it's not the case at all. I think that being feminine can make a woman feel happier because she's not fighting what she was born to do. From a young age, girls are taught to get married, have children, and live a happy life. But they aren't taught on how to act and how to treat a man in a relationship for that happy life. So speaking from experience, it is very possible for a woman to go from masculine energy to feminine energy. And it's also possible for a woman to lead themselves into destruction. You guys heard just now, I was leading my life into destruction. I was gonna be a single mom at 23, 24. Eventually, I was going to need the help of a man. I was looking for happiness, and it was gonna be stepdaddy season basically. And I needed to hop on board real quick before I lost the man that I love. I am a housewife, and yes, I do stay at home with the children and teach them. No, I'm not married, but we are on the right course to being married. I allow my man to lead us. I support him. I am his helpmate. I know he makes rational decisions and takes our family as a whole into consideration when he makes those decisions. What's better for us overall, not just himself, not just me, and not just the kids. He protects us by taking all the blows for us when he going out into the world to provide for us. And the least I can do is show him my appreciation by being his woman, by being a woman, a true woman. He carries that heavy burdens of stressing and working so that I don't have to. And we began to work so much better as a team once I understood my role as a woman. I began to show more respect for him, and that amplified his masculinity so much more. I can tell he's happier, not stressing as much, and it makes me happy. And that's all I really want, is to see him and our children happy, and that will make me happy in turn. I stopped trying to play both roles as man and woman, going to work, still having to come home, take care of the children, cook, clean, take care of him. Now I just do my job and let him do his job, and I don't ask him for help around the household because I know that's not what he's good at. I'm better at that, and he's better at taking care of responsibilities. So yes, I did go from being a modern woman to a traditional woman with a happy, stable family. I disclose this information with you guys because me and my man went through this traumatic experience. Yes, because of me, I take full accountability for my actions and the decisions that I made to lead us down the wrong path. I simply want to help others steer from making that same mistake that I made. I lived that mistake already, and it ain't happy, it ain't good. And now I'm living through getting it right. If there are women out there really looking to get rid of that toxic mentality, that masculine energy that they have, and desire to really have a successful relationship, it's possible. Prime example, and I'm a living testimony that it's possible. But you have to know that if you want to change, you have to take the necessary steps to do so. It takes a lot of self-reflection and taking accountability. I hope this video found you well. Comment your thoughts, opinions, or experiences down below. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. And if you know somebody that is like that, comment down below too. And with all that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video, give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe. Hit that bell next to it so you can be notified when I upload new videos. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.